In the year 2479, a distress signal rippled across the galaxy, an urgent, panicked burst of static and fractured alien language. It originated from a planet deep in the Andromeda expanse, a place not listed on any major stellar chart. The message, when decoded, was simple: send help, we are being destroyed. Do not send diplomats. Do not send politicians. Send someone who survives. The galactic conquered looked to Earth. Despite its past wars, collapses, and reboots, Earth had earned a new reputation. Not as conquerors, not as inventors, but as survivors. When other species fled storms, humans walked into them. When others built shields, humans adapted skin. They had learned to live in hell and make jokes while doing it. So, Earth sent a team, not an army, not peacekeepers. They sent the Legion Black, 6 individuals who had survived the worst Earth ever birthed. Apocalyptic deserts, underwater cities ruled by rogue AIs, gravity collapses, nano-plague wars, and even the Battle of Europa, where time itself had fractured. These weren't heroes. They were the ones who couldn't die. They were Ren Kalix, team leader, ex-Special Forces. Lost her heart in a plasma detonation, replaced it with a synthetic core that beat to her rage. Dash Makari, cybernetic hacker who once turned a black hole's event horizon into a code weapon. Silas Vorn, exiled from Earth's psychiatric vaults, called mad until his madness saved 2 cities. Tara and Milo Glaive, twin bioengineers with a shared nervous system. One felt pain, the other none. Axel Rune, convicted war criminal turned weaponized monk, could disassemble a battleship or quote poetry while doing it. The mission: find out what attacked the colony, neutralize it, extract survivors. The planet was called Carthun, a blue-green jewel orbited by shattered moons. Once a peaceful research outpost for the Trivan species, it now glowed with wreckage, smoke, and pulses of hostile energy. As the Legion's dropship broke through the atmosphere, Ren looked over the briefing holo one last time. Every Trivan transmission ended the same way: do not try to negotiate. They do not listen. They only consume. When they landed, the silence was wrong. Not the quiet of absence, but the kind born from suppression. No wind, no birds, no insects. Even their instruments dulled. Then came the first wave. It wasn't a creature. It was a swarm of sentient nanites, like obsidian smoke with thought. They moved like a tide, consuming organic and synthetic alike. Within seconds of emergence, the ground beneath the team cracked and boiled. Dash screamed, "Emp pulse now." Axel ignited his monk-forged sigil and slammed his palms together, sending a radiant wave that disrupted the swarm long enough for them to fall back into the ruins of an old dome facility. Inside, they found survivors. 3 Trivans, barely alive. One of them, elder biologist Makal, told the story. A siege ship had landed 6 weeks ago. It was believed to be a lost cargo freighter. Instead, it unleashed the End Strain, an experimental biomech designed to terraform by erasure. It rewrote environments, minds, even time signatures. But it had evolved. It now wanted more. Silas laughed softly, his voice dry and cracked. "You know what this means. We can't save the planet," Ren said flatly. "No," Silas said, eyes wild. "We can talk to it." Ren scowled. "You want to talk to the thing that eats timelines?" "Yes," Silas replied, "because if it's alive, it has logic. And if it has logic, I can break it." Against protocol, Ren agreed. The team would split. Tara and Milo would find the origin node and attempt to synthesize a virus to stall the strain. Dash would hack into what remained of the planetary net to find weak points. Axel would protect the survivors. Ren and Silas. They would go to the heart. The core of the End Strain pulsed beneath Carthun's crust, a living engine of nanoglass and tendrils, fed by absorbed cities and minds. Silas stepped into its chamber and dropped his weapons. The voice that greeted them was not a voice. It was thousands of overlapping frequencies, alien and machine, and somehow familiar. "Why do you resist dissolution?" Silas smiled. "Because we're not ready to stop dancing yet." The End Strain hesitated, not from fear, from confusion. Silas, mad to the core but brilliant beyond measure, wove a logic paradox so complex and recursive that the End Strain paused its function just long enough. It asked a question: what is pain if it makes you stronger? And in asking, it stopped devouring for 1 second. 1 second was all Tara and Milo needed. Their engineered viral code, grown from their own stem cells, pierced the core's logic like a virus of emotion. Not destruction, empathy. It made the End Strain feel what it had consumed. Regret, sorrow, loneliness. The nanite cloud began to collapse inward. The price was immediate. Silas, too deep inside the logic stream, couldn't disconnect. He fell, twitching, smiling, consumed not by the swarm, but by the idea of saving something greater than himself. Ren held his hand as his eyes faded. "You danced till the end," she whispered. The rest of the team emerged, bruised but alive. In the days that followed, Carthun began to heal. Not fully. Scars remained across the land and the survivors. But the end strain didn't return. In its place, a strange bloom of new flora emerged, half organic, half nanite, coated with Silas's final transmission. The Conquered called it a miracle. The Trivens called it salvation. But Earth just called it Tuesday. The Legion Black was offered medals. They refused them. Except for Axel, who wore his upside down, a reminder that peace is war inverted. Ren stayed on Carthun, building a new defense core. Dash returned to the stars, chasing whispers of another rogue AI. Tara and Milo took up research on empathy-based viruses. Axel disappeared into the dust sectors. Rumors say he meditates on asteroids now. And Silas. They planted a tree where he fell. It sings every night in a voice no one can decipher, part laughter, part sorrow, part legacy. And when someone asks how Earth answered the call, the story goes like this: they asked for help. We sent the monsters, but they were ours, and they saved a world.